morning. So today has been an eventful day already. I got in the car to take my daughter to school and my battery was flat again. So we ended up walking the 3 or 4 kilometers to school. She got there really late. And then I hung around and my husband managed to come and pick me up and bring me home again. And he's taken my battery to replace it. So I'm stranded at home today, but that's all right. So today I am working on things for clients for orders. I am going to go and have a coffee and get everything together and do what I need to do today, and I'll be back tomorrow. So this week is not going as well as this seems to be every week at minute, just not going to plan. So my battery in my car is all fixed, so I have a car I can drive again. Picked my daughter up from school yesterday, and on the way home there's something wrong with the clutch now. It's making the most horrific squealing noise, and it started making that horrible clutch smell as well. So I can't drive it again, and I'm booked in to go and take it to see someone soon, see if they can give me a quote and tell me what's wrong with it. Hopefully it's not going to be too expensive or take too long, because yeah, it's Canberra's a hard city to be stranded in without a car because everything's so far from each other, and they've just cut tons of bus services here as well. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, fingers crossed it's an easy, cheap fix that they could do pretty quickly for me. Yeah, so with all that going on, I didn't get nearly as much done as I needed to. I still haven't even finished the petticoat, let alone I was hoping to get started on the skirt today. I haven't even finished the petticoat. So this evening I'm working on Jazida's corset body pattern because she's here for her next fitting tomorrow. So I've marked the changes on the original corset part, and then I've started to draw what I think might be right for the body part. So that's the centre front, the bit that will come down between the legs, and then I've got it coming wider. I'm wondering if I might need to bring that wider. So hard to tell because I've never made one before. No, I think I'll leave it like this and we'll try this tomorrow. So then it curves up and then back down at the side. I might even bring that so the side's just a little bit wider before the curve starts. And then at the back, instead of where I've got that one curving up to make the sort of shape over the leg there. So this is the back, so I've got that curve coming that way, because that'll be coming down over her hip and her bum. Yeah, then that's going to come down. I might need to bring that in, but we'll see that once it's on too. And then curving down, and then that's the bit that will meet the front part. Does that make sense? Front. So front, curving up to the hip, and then curving down around the back. Yeah, I'm going to make it like this. I probably need to do another calico to get this right because, yeah, like I said, I've never done this before. But it's looking kind of right, so it's going to be interesting to see where I need to stop the boning as well. So I'm guessing I'll need to bone it to maybe there at the back. But again, I don't really know, so I think I'll bone it to there, and then we'll see what happens. It's going to be a lot of experimenting with this, so awesome. I'm going to cut this out and then get the next calico together. I'm going to do exactly the same. If you watched last week's vlog, you'll see that I just made it from calico with some satin on the outside. I'm going to put a lot more boning in it, especially in the front. We were getting that crease at the front last time. I want to check that that's okay. So this was the one from last week. So it's satin and calico, and I just boned this one on the seams, but I'm going to put a lot more boning in it this time just so we can really check that the fit's right and see what I need to change. Oh, so excuse my tired makeup free face. Yeah, I was working on a wedding dress earlier today, and I don't like wearing makeup when I'm working on wedding dresses in case I sort of smudge my eyebrow. So this is me au naturel. So yeah, car update. So yesterday afternoon I took it into the mechanic. He had a look at it today, and yeah, my clutch has gone. The whole thing needs replacing. So A, it's going to be really expensive, and B, I'm going to be without a car probably until maybe next Thursday. Wednesday's optimistic, probably Thursday. So I'm kind of stranded. So I've got to walk my daughter to school in the morning, and the weather forecast is not great because my husband's not even working in the area. So it's really, really, yeah, really inconvenient given that I've got lots going on. But never mind, it is what it is. These things happen, and that's part of car ownership, I guess. So yes, I won't be going anywhere or doing much over the next few days, other than getting some walking in. But I need the exercise, so again, probably not a bad thing. So never mind. I'm gonna go and have my dinner, and then I'm gonna come out and get this corset cut out. My corset body toile is finished, so that's how it looks at the back. It looks the right shape, but I guess it's going to be hard to tell until Jazida's got it on. It's coming for a fitting in a couple of hours. So that's the back. So it opens to there, then laces all the way up. So that's the sort of curve backwards over the bum. I don't know if that's too long or if I need to curve that bit out a little bit more, so we can tweak that bit once it's on her. And then the front looks like that. So I've boned it to the original length at the bottom of the hips from the toile from last week, and then brought it down into the body shapes. But yeah, that's the corset body toile. I'm really happy with how it's looking, and I'm excited to see it with an actual body inside it. Yeah, even hung up on the hanger, it looks super cool. And that's just the toile. Can't wait to work on it in the right fabrics and then get all those gorgeous embellishments on there. Hey, this is Jazida. She is a Canberra burlesque performer superstar. She's performed all around Australia. She's performed internationally. Las Vegas last year.
Yes, correct.
If you don't know her, check her out. I'll put a link to her. You got a website?
Yes, I do.
Website, Facebook page, everything.
Instagram, yeah.
And find out where she's performing next. And honestly, you will not regret it. She is just sensational. So, Jazida is going to tell us all about this burlesque.
Yes. So I've got the great honour this year of being one of the co-producers for Miss Burlesque ACT. So Miss Burlesque Australia is the national competition for burlesque, and it actually is it's a brand that exists internationally. So there's Miss Burlesque UK and Miss Burlesque Ireland and all kinds of great things.
Oh, cool. I didn't realise that. I thought it was an Australian thing.
No, it does exist. We don't yet have like an international heat as such. So there's no like international title. There's still just national titles. But yes, Miss Burlesque Australia is sort of the premiere of the burlesque competitions, and it's made up of very strict, serious sections. We've got a gown parade where all of the artists come out and they display their fineries. Then we've got a traditional section where they will show us a little bit of burlesque that is inspired by the golden age of burlesque, so sort of harks back to the olden times. And then we've got the neo section, where they it's not called neo anymore, it's now called the unique section, which is where they can just do anything, absolutely anything.
So really about expressing themselves and showing who they are, all kinds as a performer.
Wild and wacky acts. If people know how to do aerial, or if they've got other tricks, they can incorporate in some of those other tricks. So yeah, it's a really, really, really great competition. It's entirely judged by panels of judges who are quite like well established and respected artists across Australia, and all of the states have their own state final, and whoever wins the state final then goes to Perth, which is where the national grand final is going to be held this year. So all of the different state winners will compete together. So so I'm producing alongside with my co-producer, who is Michael Wheatley. We are producing Miss Burlesque ACT together on the 29th of June at the Abbey Function Centre. And we've got 8 incredible performers all competing for that title. And whoever wins is going to get $1,000 cash prize, plus return flights to Perth and accommodation in Perth.
So they get $1,000 for winning just the heat?
Just the heat. $1,000 just for the heat. They get the return flights to Perth and the accommodation in Perth, plus they get the amazing prizes from our sponsors, one of our gold sponsors is the incredible Rockstars and Royalty. So we've got some really great prizes, and that's just for that's the winner. The runner-up also gets a $250 cash prize on top of the gifts from our sponsors. So
that's so good. That's so good. And are the tickets on sale now?
They are, yes. The tickets are available through eventbrite.com.
Yep.
All of the VIP tickets have already gone. So they're very popular.
I'm not surprised. I'm amazed there's any tickets. So I'll put all the links in the description. So if you want to come along, 29th of June at the Abbey here in Canberra, or I'll put a link to the Miss Burlesque Australia website as well. So if you're not here in Canberra, or if you're in another country, do some Googling and find out where your local heat is and get along and support your local burlesque performers and the local burlesque scene. There's so many people around the world doing amazing things. It's a scene that I'm quite new to. I've been to see a lot of burlesque performances. I've done a couple of costumes, but it's something that I'd love to do more and more costumes for. It's something that I really admire. It's something I could never do myself, but I absolutely love watching it, and I love the costumes. I absolutely love it. So which brings us to why Jazida is here today, because we've just done the fitting for this bodysuit that I've been showing you as I've been making it. So it's getting there. It's getting there. So I've just done the little tweaks that we need to do. So I need to bring the front in a bit more, just change the shape around the legs a little bit, and just bring it in at the back. It was just a little bit too big here. So again, I've done a really detailed video showing you what I'm doing in the video that I'll be putting up with the series of this, to show you exactly how I'm making it, right from the design and concept to the pattern making to the fittings, and then through to making the real thing and decorating it, and all the other bits and bobs that are going to go along with it, and upcycling Michael's jacket, and then all the other stuff that I'm making for Charlie Chapstick, who is the host of the event. So I'm going to be really busy, and I will show you in my vlogs and then in videos as well, everything as I go along and do it. Thank you so much, Jazida. So yeah, go and check out all the links in the description to all those things that I hope I'll remember to put links for, and hopefully we'll see you at a burlesque event somewhere around Canberra or wherever you are. I'm getting on with the petticoat this afternoon, so I've just joined the satin layer to the inside of the top of the petticoat, and it actually looks pretty straight still. It hasn't dropped very much at all, so I'm not actually going to worry about cutting that. So I can actually start dealing with this pile of ruffles and attaching them now. So this is layer 1 of the petticoat done. I'm so happy with it. It looks so good. And because it's a full circle, it's really, hang on, I can't hold the camera back far enough. It's really full. So once we get the second layer on there, it's going to look amazing. Really happy with the length. It's kind of flat at the bottom. I think getting the next layer the right height is going to be the most important bit to get it sitting right. So I'm going to measure the length I need to do it, and do exactly the same process again to get the second layer done. It's done, and I love it. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. I think it's pretty even at the bottom. It's not 100%. Let's go underneath. Yeah, it's not 100% even, but I think that's probably because the layers are sort of moving on each other, and maybe the ruffles weren't 100% even when I cut them off the other petticoats, but still really, really happy with how it looks. I'm really happy with the size of it, and it's going to be perfect to put my huge tulle skirt over. So now I just have to finish filming the end of the video. I'm just going to put it on as well. So I'll show it in the video like this, and I'll put it on and show it. Oh yeah, it's all bunched up there. That's why it's looking funny. Let's see how well it spins. Okay, so I'm going to go and finish editing the video. It'll be up tomorrow night, which is Sunday. Tomorrow I've got stuff on all day with family, so I will be back next week. So thanks for watching. Catch you soon.